she said to me, remember who you are and all of our history. Water gives us life, pray with it and you will see. We all come from the wall, and we live by the water, with the light of the sun, giving thanks and honor. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Whole world's on fire while the people sleep. Can't see through the smoke, make it hard to breathe. Feels like we're on the brink of losing everything. And I'm looking to the river and I'm praying for an answer. Will we ever make a change so our children have a future? Let us make a brighter day. Never ever lose your faith. We all come from the one, and we live by the water, with the light of the sun, giving thanks and honor.
Hot, isn't it? Well done for being here. So happy. Oh dear. How is everybody? Been flipping ages. Before. So nice to see everyone. Hi Marta, hi Sonia, hi Helen, Pamela, Karen, Pauline and Sandra and Rachel and Mandy and Ali, Kat and Mandy. So nice to see you all. So I'm just going to change this music a bit because it's a bit too fast. Is that, can you hear the music at your end actually? It's too. Can you hear it your end or not? Is it loud or middle? About right, yeah? Perfect. Fabulous. Sandra, hi.
Hello.
Are you feeling better?
I'm not quite sure.
Getting there. Oh, yeah, nasty stuff going around. Yeah, nasty stuff going around. All right, so we are going to go into a session tonight. Before we actually, I missed the actual summer solstice because I was in a pond swimming with the gals. so we missed it. But we are here in a new flow, and those of you that are on my mailing list, and I hope everybody is getting the mail. I'm guessing you are, the emails, yeah? Because I've had some unsubscribed people since I've been sending out a few more emails. But anyway, hi Judy, seen you forever, lady, lovely you. So yeah, I'm going to plan to for the summer anyway. We're going to hi Mandy. I'm going to be doing a session the first Wednesday in the month. So we've actually got another session next Wednesday. Got 2 weeks with you all, which is going to be lovely. And I think what I'm going to do is start at the beginning of the month with everything that's coming up in the month ahead. We're going to be going through some Ayurveda, the moons, whatever's going on, whatever's inspiring, to get us all through the month ahead. So tonight I'm going to talk a little bit about good old Pitta Dosha. There'll be a few of you in the house, I'm sure, who are sweating your ass off and been a bit snappy with everyone, I bet. And I've been really clumsy. I don't know about anyone else. I seem to be smashing stuff left, right, and centre, not on purpose, but just clumsy. So we're going to have a lovely Ojas glow down yoga session tonight, and So if you've got a bolster, you don't need a mat really. You're okay on the floor, but if you've got a bolster, maybe a couple of blocks, that'd be great. And I'm going to take you through a lovely orb of support meditation. I've just literally last night completed my 10 weeks nervous system regulation, nervous system you make sense course, which was has been absolutely mind blowing. So that has just literally come to completion yesterday, and I've got a little bit of stuff to share with you for that. We're going to go into an orb of support meditation. Hi Diane in your garden. And also I'm going to tell you a little bit about Pitta Dosha and how to keep cool when the pitta is high. I did share today a recipe which actually Diane like inspired me this morning, sent me a message and go about iced rose tea, and I was like, oh my God, I forgot all about that. So immediately prompted me to send you all a little recipe for today. So this is going to be the flow for the month ahead. And so I hope you enjoy it. When we get into autumn, who knows, might get back to weekly, but at the moment through summer, it's just going to be once a month and on a Wednesday, because Wednesdays are just working out better. So happy solstice for the missed that one. But I'm just going to open up the space with a lovely reading, and I'm going to light a candle for everybody as well, as if we need more fire in the room. But here we are. Going to add a little bit of fire, and I'm going to send you all a little bit of fire as well, a little bit of flame. I've got the fan going, the dog's sprawled out on the bed, legs akimbo with a fan blowing on him, can't cool down, bless him. Cats are down here absolutely flat out. All right, so just get yourselves a little bit settled. Get all your kit and caboodle, whatever you need for your comfort. If you want, I've actually got some rasa tea tonight. You might like to have cacao or whatever works for you, really, whatever you want in your little cocoon. So you can just have a minute to arrive. We'll enter into the space as we do, those of you that have all been here before. And welcome to those of you that haven't been here before. It's lovely to see always new faces, and welcome into the madness, girls. So let's just have a moment to get yourselves comfy. And this reading is called Sovereign Awakening, and I can't actually remember the book. I'll find it and then I'll send you it. I can't remember the book, but it's very beautiful. So I'm going to share that with you. So just having a moment to close your eyes and just get yourselves settled in, and then we're going to move into our orb of support meditation. And then we're going to have a little bit of intro into Pitta, and then some journaling if you've got some journaling, and then we're going to go into our yoga session. So just gently closing down the eyes and just letting yourself land into the present moment, into the here and now. I'm just going to change that. So this is called Sovereign Awakening. Once upon a time, there lived a princess, born both human and divine, made of clay and stardust. She came into the world to unite that which was separate and heal the world with the love that was blazing in her heart. Her power was sourced from love and wisdom, and in the joy of communing with life, the earth was her playground, and the fairies were her friends. With every step, she honoured the land and the elements with reverence, blessed with everything needed to fulfil her divine mission. A seed of sovereign awakening was planted deep within her soul. But for this seed to germinate, she had to enter the darkness. She had to forget her true self and go to sleep. Embraced by the unknown, she became undone. Forgetting her power, she gave it away. or projected it onto others and replaced her inner truth with new rules on how to be good and perfect, to feel loved and valued. Deaf to the whisperings of her soul, she heard only voices outside herself, voices that condemned her as not enough, as too much, until she embodied the false reflections she received. She had forgotten that she was both human and divine, with the power to birth new worlds, new life, and new stories into being. Her sacred flame smouldered underneath the scripts that others had written. With her spirit consumed and her power drained, she fell into a somber slumber, lasting for thousands of years, until the Great Awakening came. Then the seed finally sprouted and bloomed, with true love's sovereign kiss. In that moment, her eyes wide, her heart open, her sacred flame once again ignited, she rose up like a fiery phoenix, pulsing, soaring, and rising. Her power now sourced from the temple of her heart. She released a piercing cry of truth and liberation. All the stories of unworthiness incinerated in one breath as a song reclaiming her sacred divine humanity sent sparks of remembrance across the sky. I am she. I am she. She had lost herself in order to find herself, and now that she had awakened her sovereign power, it would never be put to sleep again. Our circle is now open. So we're going to gently lead you into an orb of support meditation, which is a beautiful meditation that will help to regulate your nervous system, to bring you into a beautiful, quiet space, and to also seal your field with love. And I'm going to also add into this the sovereign heart mantra, the self-reclamation. So you might like to have your palms down on your knees, or you might want to hold a mudra that you prefer. It might be Prithvi mudra or whatever you need. Maybe we've had quite a few mudras over the last few months. So just feel into where you want to be. If you feel like you just need some grounding, then just palms down on your knees is perfect. You're just letting yourself land. Bring your awareness to your breath, soft and natural, unforced. Not changing it, just noticing. The breath moving in through your nose and out again. Your most constant companion, your quiet anchor. And perhaps as you tune into your breath, you begin to feel the gentle comfort that it offers, the steady rhythm, this quiet presence that's been with you through it all. Now above your head, just slightly above your crown, there is a soft golden shimmering orb, small and luminous, alive with gentle light, floating and waiting for you. And this orb is the exact temperature that your body needs, perfectly attuned to you. And within it, it holds everything that your system may be calling in. Softness, safety, soothing, support, love, and remembering that you are held. And slowly now, this golden orb begins to melt, dripping like warm honey into the crown of your head, softening your scalp, releasing the day, melting away any tightness that you didn't even realize you were holding. It flows down across your forehead, softening the space between your brows, over your temples and around your eyes, inviting them to rest, to soften, to receive. down over your cheeks and your jaw, unclenching and hooking and letting go. Your lips, your tongue, your chin, all softening. Nothing forced, just gently invited. Golden warmth moves into your throat, your voice, your truth, softening the space and creating room. And creating room for your truth to be heard, even if only by you. It now flows into your shoulders, and here it begins to lift some of the weight you may have been carrying, the unseen weight, the quiet burdens. Let them be held just for a moment. You don't have to carry it all today. It melts into your heart space, gently expanding and softening any armor, inviting a deeper breath and perhaps a soft opening. The love that you give so freely to others, just beginning to turn inward, going down your arms, your upper arms and elbows, your forearms, your wrists, your hands, and into each finger, and out through each fingertip, softening and releasing and opening. The golden light moves into your rib cage, beautiful protective space that holds your breath, your heart, your life. Quiet thank you into your belly, your center, your deep knowing, to your organs working tirelessly for you, digesting, processing, holding and supporting. Let there be gratitude here. Let there be softness. Down into your hips, your seat, feeling the earth holding you, receiving you. You are supported. That light floating down into your thighs, your knees, your calves, your legs. Down into your ankles and your feet, soles of your feet, the balls of your feet, and into each individual toe, rooting you and grounding you and anchoring you here. And gently bring your awareness to the back of your body, to the upper neck, softening, and the golden warmth flowing down your upper back, releasing tension, softening the layers, and down through your mid-back, aligning, supporting, creating space, and into your lower back, holding you, steadying you. And now feel your whole body bathed in this golden light, soft, supported, held. And just take a moment to notice what feels different, what has shifted even slightly. A sensation, a softening, a breath. And now this golden light begins to gently expand around your whole body, forming a beautiful golden egg, a luminous cocoon of protection, of support, of gentle strength. This golden egg holds your energy, protects your softness, and supports your nervous system, and allows you to move through your life held, grounded, and resourced. Nothing needs to penetrate this space unless it is for your highest good. You are safe here, you are held, You are supported here. Resting inside this golden cocoon just for a few breaths. Breathing in and breathing out. And as you gently turn your palms up in a gesture of receiving, we'll add in here the Sovereign Heart mantra. I call my energy back. I honor all that I've given. I now tend to the sacred flame of my own life. I'm allowed to rest. I'm allowed to say no. I honor the wisdom of my boundaries. I give from fullness, not depletion. I seal my field with love. I return to my center. I'm whole. I'm sacred. I'm sovereign. And I'm free. So from this place, if you have got some cacao with you today, you might want to just bring your cacao in, and we'll just offer a blessing and maybe set an intention. So just really checking in with what you need, what you want to receive in this session. And as you bring your cacao into your heart, or your tea or water or whatever you have there with you, and we'll just take a moment to honor the medicine, people who are involved in bringing cacao to our cup. The faces we'll never see and the names we'll never know. We thank you. And as you set a beautiful intention for this session for yourself, with your first sip, you can welcome the spirit of the being. And then as you finish your cacao, you might want to just have a reflection. Haven't seen you all, some of you, since April. So just having a little scan back over the last few months. Some of you I have seen this weekend, in fact. But yeah, just having a little scan over the early summer. Since the cleanse, I think some of us were together last in the cleanse, and just how you've all been, and yeah, just really what you want to bring in. We're in this beautiful energy of summer solstice now, which is like the height of the summer. So for energy wise, we're in this a time of full bloom. And so that's why this sovereign idea is so nice. If we were in the full moon phase, this would be it. This would be it. This would be the sacred woman, the queen energy, like moving into our fullness. And for some of us, we might feel that, and then for some of us, we might actually feel burnt out by it. So again, just be aware of where you naturally sit, and if you do sit in that burnout queen camp, yes, over here, then just being aware of like how much you are doing and putting out, and you know, if I'm going to go through some of the things that might resonate with you about Pitta. And we're in like we started Pitta like the beginning of June, so we started into the Pitta season. And what tends to happen with all of the seasons, which you'll probably know from working with Kapha, is that what happens is through the summer, the dosha will accumulate, so it will build in the system. And so if you already have that Pitta kind of energy, it can accumulate and it can start to get a little bit uncomfortable. So naturally, nature is giving us everything we need for this season because it's providing us with all of the lovely cool salads and the lovely fruit. And I've been in my garden and harvested some stuff today. We've got the lovely lemon balm, which is so cooling, and mint, and so nature is already on our side with it. So it's already giving us exactly what we need and giving us some clues. I don't know about anyone else, but cleavers have gone absolutely bonkers in my garden this year. They're growing out of every flipping corner, every nook and cranny. So it's obviously something that I need as well. So we move into this idea of Pitta. Pitta is actually also the dosha of transformation. So especially right now, there's been in this summer solstice kind of energy, we're moving also towards a full moon. I think it's next week, on Monday. Again, we're moving into this full time of the year and of the moon sequence of the moon. Can't remember the name of it. My brain's gone daft with the heat. We're looking at in Pitta, fire and water. So fire and water both come together in Pitta Dosha. So Pitta governs our digestion. It actually sits in the belly. It sits where Manipura chakra sits, which is just above the navel point. And the Manipura is called the gathering place of the sun. So it's where our confidence, our self-esteem sits. It's how we digest our food and life. So how we digest all of the emotions and the stuff that we love, the stuff that we don't like so much, it's going to sit in the belly. So it also regulates our metabolism. A feeling of clarity. So been really clear. I just today had a little bit of a clarity moment. Sometimes they just come all of a sudden. You're like, oh, right, I know exactly where I'm going, what I'm doing. And then also we may not have that. So we may also be in the dark a little bit and thinking, like, I feel like something's moving, but I don't quite know what it is yet. And that's okay too. So if you're in that place, just sit with it, so Tejas is also related to fire. And Tejas is the essence of really well digested food experiences. But Tejas also teaches us to sit and stay with it too. So it will also teach us to, rather than move on to the next thing, move away from discomfort, move away from the things we don't like about ourselves. Tejas says sit and stay with it. So Tejas is an amazing, amazing essence to work with as well. So Pitta is also intelligence, it's ambition, and it's a capacity to take action in the world. So it is what I call it pushy Pitta. So those of you that have got Pitta in you, you will know what pushy Pitta feels like. It's like that thing that you can't. It's actually the nervous system in a bit of sympathetic. We're in sympathetic. You're in the push. I've got to do it now. It's got to happen now. It's the cheetah in action. This is Pitta energy. And so sometimes if we don't, in my own experience anyway, if we don't quite know where we're going and we haven't got the patience to sit and stay with it, we end up firing off in all directions and actually burning out. This is my story. This is actually my story. And so learning to sit and stay with and wait is one of the amazing things that we can do with this beautiful energy. So in balance, Pitta is our inner sun, and she gives us courage to speak our truth. It gives us the discernment and also the courage to be able to set a boundary around our time, our energy, who we want to who we want to spend our time with, who we don't want to spend our time with. So she also gives us that discernment to know what matters. We can burn out quite quickly with, well, especially with the world as it is at the moment, with worry, with stress, with getting into scroll holes. I did this. I've just had to take Facebook off my phone completely, and also just to come away from all the stuff that's going on. So we can really, with this energy, really start getting into like what is important to me, what is true for me. So our own truth. And also, this idea of being able to lead from a place of purpose and integrity. So to be the one who is, regulated when everyone else is going crazy, when everyone's getting worried and stressed and this is bad and this is bad, and all we can see is the bad stuff. We're the ones that go, we're staying regulated, we're rooted and grounded in this idea of faster the truth of who we are, and know that, everything is happening exactly as it's meant to. This is exactly as things are meant to go. So if we are, if we do have that pitta within us, we can also burn out quite easily with it. So like I said, it can be pushy, and we need to be really aware, and because it's a fast element, it's like if you think about fire as an element, fire goes up quite quickly, and so it is quite a fast element. So we do sometimes have to be quite quite strong with ourselves to be able just to sit with it for a little while, even if it's just 72 hours before we act on it. This is my thing now, right? Oh, okay, I've got this idea. I want to do this. I'm going to create and I'm going to actually sit with this now and see how I feel about it tomorrow, see how I feel about it the day after. And if I still feel excited about it, then I'm going to do it then. Because otherwise I end up committing to way too much stuff, and then I end up having to, stop things or cancel things, or, to try and regain and pull my energy back. So for the ADHD neurospices in the room, this is again another burnout zone, because we're in this fire season, Pitta's pushing. We've got ADHD brains. We want to create. Again, just having that, that 72 hours just to sit with it before we are pushing things out. Get grounded, get your roots into the ground, get outside, put your feet on the earth, do whatever you need to do just to keep yourself really grounded. So how, I'm going to just talk about this actually. So the Alachakra Pitta, which kind of governs the eyes. So quite often in Pitta, so this area of the body, what happens with the eyes is it's actually our vision, how we perceive things, how we see things through the eyes of this fire, but also how we process light. So with the eyes, it being a seat of fire, we can work with rose is the medicine to cool in this season. So things like rose iPads, like cotton wool iPads soaked in rose water, just laid over the eyes at night. Absolutely lovely for cooling the pitta in within the body. If you suffer with dry eyes in this heat as well, this will be really, really helpful. Rose tea, fennel is very cooling as well. And also, if your coconut oil is melting, mine is definitely melting, then it's time to use it on your body. So you can use it on your body now if it's melting because it's cooling. If you put some coconut oil on, it definitely helps to cool the body. Also making spritz, like a spritz with a little bit of peppermint oil in or some lavender is really cooling as well. So that can help, just to cool everything down. A cold bottle on the chest. I remember. Hi, Sarah. I remember the days when I was having mega hot flushes, and I used to put like a freezing cold bottle on my chest, and it used to really calm it down. So that's another thing that can really help. So as we move into deeper into summer, um, there's naturally more fire in the environment. The sun's really hot. We're all getting heat. It'll probably absolutely piss it down by the weekend, and we'll be flooded. And I've no doubt that'll be it for summer. That'll be it'll be all over in the UK. How it will be. But we've got longer days. We've got more sunlight. We've got higher temperatures. Often busier social life as well. We're more keen to be out there and meeting up with people and inviting people over for dinner and having barbecues and all that kind of thing. And we might sleep less because it's too hot, and we're generally more stimulated in this at this time of the year. And so we might be also as females also within all of this social stuff, inviting people over, also doing more to look after everybody while they're all while people are visiting. So we may, I don't know for everybody, but we may hold ourselves to impossible standards, our little perfectionella vibes going on. And maybe, keeping going when our bodies are whispering to rest. So, again, just maybe honoring that, that deep rest. We're going to have some tonight as well anyway, so that's good. And then, so signs of Pitta accumulation. So do you know in your body how that looks? For me, I'm getting acid indigestion at the moment, and I know my Pitta is high. So feeling hot or flushed. If you're in perimenopause, that's probably going on anyway. But you may find it it is just more, and it's a little bit more tricky to kind of get on top of it. The night sweats. I mean, in some ways, I quite like the sweats because it's kind of getting rid of toxins and stuff out of your body. So next month in July, I'm going to do a whole month on rasa. So we're going to look at rasa and how we get rasa flowing, and again, how to use the energy quite wisely as well. So acid reflux, indigestion, inflammation and achy joints. And also, because of the heat, you might feel that your joints are tight because everything swells up during the day. We talked about poo when we were together in our Ayurveda sessions. So your poo is really interesting to have a look at, because your poo will really show you if you've got doshas out. So if you are really constipated, that is, you need more fluids coming in. You need to be definitely taking in more fluid because you're probably dehydrating. If your poo is hot and sticky, that is accumulation of pitta. So skin rashes. So this is, heat rash, getting, itchy rashes, redness, difficulty relaxing because it's just so hot, and that tetchiness, getting a bit tetchy with everybody. Waking up between 10 and 2 a.m. That's me. I've been doing that this last week or so. And then feeling tired but wired. So that can be another clue that you might have a bit of imbalance. So emotionally, you might feel impatient. This is one of the main things I think with a pitta, is this impatience, this irritability. Frustration and resentment can also correlate with high pitta. Being overly critical of yourself or others, that can be pitta. Too much pitta. Perfectionism, feeling constantly on, like you just can't switch off, that can be too much pitta. Becoming controlling or easily annoyed, and feeling like you're carrying everything as well. So that, just feeling quite resentful that everything seems to sit on your shoulders and you have that responsibility. So energetically, you might feel burnt out. You might be overgiving, losing your sparkle, feeling disconnected from joy and pleasure. which we're going to go into a lot about joy and pleasure in July, actually, because the point of life, did you know, is romance and luxury. So we're going to be romancing life next month as well. All of the above, yeah. Feeling it. So dryness of spirit, dryness of everywhere, actually. And then forgetting how to simply receive. So just, being open to receiving. So the sun being at the height of its power actually is now beginning its descent. So I'm going to give you a little bit about, I'm going to just introduce the Pitta woman to you and see if it resonates. So the Pitta woman, the leader, the alchemist, and the flame bearer. She walks with purpose, eyes bright and fierce like a midsummer sun. Her presence is felt before she speaks, sharp. These are the qualities of Pitta, by the way. Sharp, warm, luminous, also intense. If you've been in a conversation with a Pitta person, high Pitta, you will know about it because they're really intense. Transformative and penetrating is also sharp. So, the Pitta tongue is sharp if we're a little bit out of balance. So she is the embodiment of focus, passion, and transformation. Pitta is the fire in its most potent form. It directs, digests, and dares. She's naturally driven, a radiant doer and inspired creator. She thrives with challenge, clarity, and purpose. So her mind is razor sharp, her voice articulate and sure. Her body is often warm and muscular, her step deliberate. She may have a steady appetite, a reddish or golden undertone to her skin, and a natural glow when in balance. Now, the appetite thing is a thing too with Pittas, because Pittas can be get hangry. So if you get hangry, you've probably got a lot of Pitta. Mandy, I'm looking at you. So yeah, that if you struggle, if you get you're not got any food, or you just get arsey. I know I can get a bit like that too. So in balance, she shines as a wise leader, confident, courageous, and compassionate. And she inspires others with her clarity, precision, and integrity. But when her inner flame flares too high, imbalance arrives like a heat wave. She may burn with anger, irritability, or impatience. Digestive discomfort, skin rashes, acidity, and inflammatory flare-ups may show. Her words may become cutting, and her inner critic louder than ever. So she may push too hard, forgetting to soften or surrender. Her greatest medicine is cooling, to play, to surrender, and to rest. So she thrives on cooling herbs and foods, evening rituals, spaciousness and laughter. Time and water, the moonlight, or under trees soothe her soul. So if you can at the weekend, we've got this full moon, getting outside and doing a bit of moon bathing. We've been having baths on the patio. We've just got a bath for our patio. So I've been in a cold bath today, and that's been just divine. So just getting outside in the moonlight. And the Pitta woman is the holy flame and the hearth, the one who can burn but also bless. She is here to remind us that true power is tempered with grace. So if we think about the element of fire, so fire in a hearth, if it's held within a container, is an amazing resource. We need it, and it will warm the house. It will cook food. Fire is such an amazing element. But we can also see it when it is in the wildfires, and how when it's out of balance, it will burn down a forest. It will completely annihilate in a very short space of time. So we know how powerful fire is. So nature reminds us that nothing is meant to remain at full intensity forever. So if we think about the cycles, moon cycle, back to that word that I was trying to find earlier, the moon cycle. If as women we live in cycle, whether we know it or not, we do. And even if don't have a monthly bleed, we still live in rhythm, in cycle with nature. So we one of the things somebody said to me once was, you can't live in constant summer because you're burning out all the time, just burning out all the time. So we've got to remember that cycle. But I've been sending you some emails around where the moon is each week, so you can start to honor those cycles. So there is wisdom in softening, there is wisdom in pausing, and there is wisdom in receiving. And the sovereign woman knows when to tend her fire. She understands that radiance comes from not burning brighter and brighter, but from creating space for replenishment. So remembering that in the moon cycle, we've got the four different phases of the moon, but only 2 phases of that moon are outward energy. So only 2 weeks out of the month is outward push energy, and 2 weeks is actually energy moving back in, so rest and restore. So once we start to live in those cycles, this was something that I developed for my own burnout, to help me with my own burnout, to start really honoring that moon cycle. So I've actually refined a little bit with Ayurveda, because I wanted to work with British food, for those of you that are in Britain, that you are in UK, because some of the Ayurvedic foods are, well, they are available to us, but sometimes not quite resonant with our Western bodies. So I've just done a little bit of a thing just on really foods that are native to us, that grow here and our native land. So cooling fruits, we've got absolutely beautiful strawberries, raspberries growing in my garden at the moment, gooseberries, we've got cherries at the moment in abundance, black currants and blueberries. So these are all very lovely fruits we can add to our to our daily meals. Vegetables, we've got cucumber, lettuce, watercress, peas are in abundance at the moment, broad beans, courgettes, mint leaves, new potatoes, spinach in moderation. I think spinach can be a little bit heating on the blood. So again, just in moderation. So we've got cooling herbs, which are here at the moment. We've got mint, lemon balm, rose petals. We've got fresh rose petals, chamomile, fennel, coriander leaf, elderflowers still in abundance at the moment. Elderflower cordial is divine, and also lavender. So lavender I often put a few in my bedtime drink, a few grains of lavender into, like, make a lavender rose tea, and a bit of chamomile. It's so nice. And then cooling drinks, we've got rose and hibiscus tea, mint and fennel tea, cucumber and mint water. That's where if you haven't done it before, this is a really nice thing to do. So if you fill up a jug with filtered water, and then add a few sprigs of mint, a bit of cucumber, and put it in the fridge overnight, it's just so nice. And if you've got kids and stuff, my grandkids, now I went to the shop to get them some juice the other day, and I was having a look at orange squash, and I look at all labels now. Oh my God, I had to put it back. No way, there's no way my grandkids are getting that from me. So making these lovely infused waters, they've got a bit of flavour, but they don't have all of the toxins that are in there as well. So foods that nourish Ojas. So we're going to look at Ojas. Ojas actually depletes quite quickly in the heat. So that's why tonight we're going to do an Ojas glow down yoga session. So foods that nourish Ojas while cooling Pitta as well. Coconut is your best friend at the minute. Really lovely coconut oil, coconut milks. You can get the dried coconut pieces you can buy. I think that you've got them in the supermarkets at the moment as well. Soaked almonds, ghee, oats, fresh berries, rice pudding. I'm going to make this tomorrow. Rice pudding with cardamom and rose, and have it cold, chilled from the fridge. So nice as well. You can have that for your breakfast. Dates in moderation. Pears and apples gently stewed with a little bit of cinnamon. Again, you might want to take those cold. And then fresh cream or yogurt if you're well tolerated. Cream can actually increase pitta also, so you do need to be a little bit careful with that. So the tastes that we want to be gently cutting down is salty and sour, which actually now are, really for most people can be the main bulk of their intake is salt and sour foods in our Western diet. So cutting down on those a little bit, and anything fried will also, it'll actually increase water retention, fluid retention, which we've probably got in bucket loads at the moment anyway, but also it will increase it will also increase the pitta. So I've got a couple of journal prompts for you, which I'm going to just give you, and you can just write them down and maybe come back to them because I'm going to go into the yoga. But I just wanted to have a little reflection on all of those things and where you're at. And you can put anything in the chat box actually if you want to. If if you do feel like you can resonate, maybe you are feeling your pitta's a bit high, and having that cooling, we've got quite a lot of stuff that we can add to our diet that's going to really help us to bring that pitta down a little bit. So the first journal prompt is, where has my fire become too intense? So where has my fire become too intense? If it has, I'm not saying it will have done, it might not have done, but just if it has, just notice, where has my fire become too intense? And then again, just coming back to this pushy pitta. So where am I pushing rather than receiving? So where am I pushing rather than receiving? Now, one of the ways you can really, what I find with pitta, how I know my pitta is pushing, is literally when I come to sit down. So this is something you want to notice. So if you're doing a daily kind of meditation practice, or when you come to sit, just notice where you naturally lean. Because what I find is when my pitta's high, I tend to lean right forwards, like my energy is pushing me forward. So if you are pitta and you think your pitta's a bit high, when you're doing your morning meditations or any sort of meditation, just notice where you are and just see if you can just lean back a little bit. If you feel like you are a bit, you do struggle a little bit with receiving and surrendering, because really that's what we want. Then just notice, where do I naturally lean when I'm sitting? Do I push forward? Am I in this, I'm trying to get forward, I'm trying to push forward, and can I just sit back a little bit? So just letting yourself just lean back a bit. So what would soften if I gave myself permission to rest? So what would soften if I gave myself permission to rest? And then what might happen if I allowed my radiance to come from nourishment rather than striving? So what might happen if I allow my radiance to come from nourishment rather than striving? I'm going to send you all an email after this with all of this on as well. So you'll get it all in an email too. All right. How are we doing? How many of us are in? Actually, I did a little story, didn't I, about the monkey and the kitten? Do you remember? Um, so yeah, there's a little story. I don't know if you'll remember it, about the baby monkey and the baby kitten. So the baby kitten allows itself to be picked up by mama and carried, and it trusts that mama will carry it to where it needs to be. The baby monkey tends to cling on and tries to control, and it has that energy of clinging on. So again, just notice, are you in baby monkey? Are you in kitten energy? Where are you, where are you naturally sitting? So just having that awareness, I think, is quite a good one to be aware of in this heat. So another little thing that came up, and I'm going to leave this with you as well. This is the last one because this is so. Repeat the last. Oh, the last journal prompt. Yeah, the last journal prompt was what might happen if I allowed my radiance to come from nourishment rather than striving. So, what might happen if I allow my radiance to come from nourishment rather than striving? Okay, got it? And then I'm going to just leave you with this because this is something that just hit me the other day. It was so beautiful. How are you caring for mother? How are you caring for the precious life? I'm just trying to find it. I'll put it up on a little thing up here that has been entrusted to you. Okay, Rachel, who is the mother? Can you expand on that a bit? Oh, the monkey and the kitten. The mother's chill. So the monkey, baby monkey, and the baby kitten is like a kind of the monkey tends to cling on to mama monkey, and it kind of tells us about how we cling on to life, how we cling on, rather than the baby kitten who allows the mother to take hold of it by the scruff of the neck and just carry it. Does that make sense? Yeah, it makes sense now. Yeah. Amazing. I can tell when I'm a pushy Pitta because I whip the planners out like now, trying to plan it all. Yeah, all of the summer holidays. Yeah, and that's okay too. But you know, feminine form is also about leaving space for flow as well, because we do need a plan. Otherwise, we're being divine feminine chaos constantly. But we also need a bit of space also to flow and just to, just to allow spaciousness. And I think through the summer also, um, we need we also need, and I think this is a big thing for kids, that they need space to be bored a bit as well, just so there's nothing going on, and just having that space I think is a really good thing as well to encourage really. All right, so we're going to go into our Ojas glow down. I don't know if you need a pee break quickly. It's 25 past 8, sorry, but do you need, if you need a pee break, this is a good time to go grab one. I'm going to move over onto my mat, and if you've got a mat and a bolster, that would be really great. And I'm going to take you through a lovely yoga practice, a relaxation. And if you go to sleep, stay there. I'm sure you will. But if you do go to sleep, just stay where you are. It's completely okay. I'll be sending you all the recording anyway. So it's all good. All right, let me just move my chair so that I can see. You might actually, if you're doing the yoga also, you might want to pin me to your screen, and that will help you be able to see a bit better then as well. Hopefully, I think you should be able to see. I'll just get a quick drink. And we'll have some music back on. And hopefully you can hear me okay. All right, can you hear me all right still? Yeah. Yes, of course. Yeah, I'll send you that. Yeah, definitely. Rachel, are you on the mailing list just to check? Are you getting the mail? Or are you in it? And if you're not getting emails and you'd like to, then you can just stick your email address in there and I'll add you in. All right. Okay, so we're going to start off with a cat pose. So we're going to be on all fours. And again, if you do have any issues with knees or wrists, then using some padding, and you might want to have a bolster also for your knees as well. Oh, brilliant. Okay, honey, I'll send you it. I'll send you everything on the email. Fab. All right, so let's just come on to all fours. So knees are going to be underneath your hips. The hands are going to be underneath your shoulders. And we're going to start off with just a cat, usually like cat cow pose. So we're going to take an in-breath as the spine's in neutral and the head is just lifted a little. And then as you breathe out, just going to gently draw the navel really slowly up towards the spine and drop the head down and in. Breathing out completely. And release the tailbone. Let the spine begin to gently release. Breathing in as the head comes up. And then gently breathing out as we round in. Again, gently tilting the tailbone and letting the belly relax. Breathing in as the head comes up. And then gently breathing out as the head drops down. I'm going to move into what's called a sassy cat. So just going to gently circle the hips. And maybe even take the hips into like a figure of 8. Just letting the spine undulate a little bit. Again, just moving in a way that feels good. Releasing any tightness and tension. So as you gently feel into this movement, just moving quite slowly and sensually. As the sun reaches its highest point at solstice, the sun will begin also now to descend. You two are not meant to remain in constant expansion. Every wave of your spine becomes a remembrance. You are allowed to soften. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to glow rather than blaze. Every movement here is clearing away fatigue and just reveals your natural radiance. And for the last few breaths, the affirmation here, I soften into my own rhythm. My light glows from within. I soften into my own rhythm. My light glows from within. I'm going to move from here into Sphinx pose. So you might want to just move your knees back a little bit. We're going to come down onto our belly. And then I'm just going to bring my elbows underneath my shoulders and spreading out the fingers nice and wide. And just let your bottom relax. So just give your bottom a little wiggle on the floor. And just feel your hip bones connected into the ground. Feeling that connection of the belly and the hips. Now again, if you have any lower back issues or this feels uncomfortable, then please don't hold it. If again you're in any pain, we don't want to put pain into the body. So once you've found your place, and you can relax and feel quite centered within this, just feeling the belly as you breathe, just feeling the belly gently press into the ground. And gently closing your eyes. Maybe just imagine here a cool waterfall just gently flowing down the back of the body. Gently cooling you down. Imagine that waterfall flowing down through your spine from the crown of your head. And just gently cooling all of the system. And the reflection with this pose, the Queen of Quiet Light. There is a kind of power that arrives without force. Like sunrise, no striving, no proving, simply present. The sovereign woman does not chase her radiance, she embodies it. The affirmation with this pose, I rise with grace, I lead from presence, I'm quiet in my radiance. I rise with grace, I lead from presence, I am quiet within my radiance. Feeling your breath, just gently soothing your belly, calming that pitta. Allowing your fire to be contained. Your ojas can be preserved. Taking your last 3 breaths there. I'm going to gently transition back into your sassy cat again. So maybe just walking the hands back a little, just lifting you back onto your knees. And we're just going to move again, just releasing the spine, neutralizing the movement with a little bit of cat and cow. Breathing in as the head comes up. And breathing out as you're rounding. And from here, we're going to move into deer pose. So we're going to come to sit on our bottom, and I'm going to bring my right leg to the front, and then I'm going to bend my, my left leg to the front. My right leg is going to come behind. Now, again, depending on your hips and knees, obviously I can't see you and I'm not with you. So, just make sure that you're looking after your body. I'm going to bring my right hand onto my left knee, and my left hand is going to lean behind. So I'm just leaning back slightly, and I'm just going to turn my head to look behind me, just towards the left shoulder. So the head is slightly tilted, which is giving a lovely stretch down the neck, down through the shoulder, and there's a gentle twist on the spine. So again, just once you've found that place of comfort, just tuning into your breath and allowing your breath to move gently in and out of your body, just nourishing that ojas, nourishing your own radiance. So the reflection here in this posture The deer survives not because she is the strongest, but because she remains deeply connected to her senses. Ojas asks us to become sensitive again. Sensitive to beauty, sensitive to fatigue, sensitive to what nourishes and what depletes us. But tonight you do not need to push. You simply need to listen. And the affirmation here, I trust my body. I honor my needs. My softness is sacred wisdom. I trust my body. I honor my needs. My softness is sacred wisdom. And just allowing your breath to be steady. Really nourishing that inner Ojas. Ojas, the sense of a joyful nature. And then taking your last 3 breaths there, I'm going to gently transition over to the other side. So you might want to bring in a few of the windshield wipers. So as you come back to center again, releasing these poses nice and slowly. I'm going to bring the legs to the front, maybe about a hip width apart. I'm just going to gently swish the knees from side to side, just releasing out the hips. And then we're going to take that to the other side. So the right leg is going to come to the front. And then the left leg's going to come behind. My hips are interesting at the moment because I've just started weight training. So they're loving this. So we're going to go around to the right hand behind, left hand is on your left knee. And again, we're just going to lean back onto that back arm if it feels okay for you to do that. And the head's going to look over the right shoulder, and then the head's just going to gently tilt slightly. So we get a lovely stretch down the sides of the neck. And just gently connecting into your breath. And just gently nourishing your Ojas with your breath. Aware of your belly. Again, just slowing down the breath. I might add a couple of affirmations here with this pose. My vitality is sacred, and I honor it with devotion. My vitality is sacred, and I honor it with devotion. And as you breathe, if you're feeling the heat a little bit, you might even visualize just breathing in soft silver light, like cooling light through the nostrils. And then just taking your last 3 breaths there. And again, we're going to release nice and slowly. Just gently bringing the spine back into neutral. You can release the legs. And again, we'll just take some gentle windshield wipers, just swishing side to side. Then our next posture is reclined goddess. So for this one, if you've got a bolster, we're going to put the bolster underneath our knees. If not, you might have a couple of cushions that you can use just as support, because they just want a little bit more restorative so that we're not actually putting too much pressure into the hips. So you bring the feet, soles of the feet together, and I'm just going to recline back. Now, you might want to have a cushion underneath your head here. So again, if you do need that, then just have that available for yourself. If you can either have the arms a little way from the body, so you've got space underneath the armpits, or you can just have your hands resting gently on your belly. So again, just finding that place that works best for you. And then we're just going to connect gently to our breath. And maybe even visualizing that beautiful golden nectar in the belly. And just breathing into that. Again, as you just find your place of stillness there. Again, just moving into our lovely goddess pose, a goddess who comes home to herself. The reflection here, at summer solstice, we celebrate the fullness of light. Yet true sovereignty is remembering that even the sun eventually softens and begins its descent. The sovereign woman knows she does not need to hold herself up all the time. She knows when to pause. She knows when to receive. She knows when to rest in her own being. Here, with your body surrendered to the earth, feel yourself being held. Imagine warm golden sunlight pouring over you, melting into your shoulders, softening your jaw, and pooling like liquid amber in your belly and heart. And feel the earth supporting your entire weight. You do not need to prove your radiance. You do not need to strive for worthiness. You are already enough. You are light resting in form. Imagine your body becoming a sacred vessel of shimmering golden ojas, quiet, steady, and deeply replenished. Now, affirmation, I soften into my sovereignty. I allow myself to be held. I am worthy. I am enough. I am radiant. I soften into my sovereignty. I allow myself to be held. I am worthy. I am enough. I am radiant. Just gently taking your last 3 breaths there. Just going to gently draw our knees in towards our chest and just take a little cradle from side to side. Now I'm going to gently transition now into the rejuvenation posture, which is legs up the wall, Viparita Karini Mudra, or if you've got a bolster here, you might want to just bring the feet now to hip width apart with the knees bent. I'm just going to gently lift the pelvis off the floor as you bring the bolster underneath the back of your pelvis, and then from here, we're going to lift the legs up in the air. So you might want to just circle your ankles a little bit just to release, maybe even give the legs a little bit of a shake as well, and just to drain any puffiness from the feet and the legs with the heat. And once you find your place, the other option is also just to take the feet up onto the sofa or onto the chair, onto the bed, wherever you are there. Again, maybe having the arms a little bit away from the body just to allow for the lymphatic drainage to happen. Again, just once you've found that place of comfort for you, connect into your breath. Imagine that you are lying beside a hidden golden spring. Spring contains your Ojas, the nectar of vitality, sparkle in your eyes, softness in your skin, warmth in your smile, the fullness in your heart. Every exhale allows more of this nectar to rise. You do not have to earn replenishment. You simply need to receive it. Golden light gathers in your belly, in your heart, in your bones. And as you rest here in this beautiful rejuvenating posture, you become luminous from the inside out. And that affirmation here, I receive deeply, I replenish fully, and I glow with the nectar of life. I receive deeply, I replenish fully, and I glow with the nectar of life. And then just taking the last 3 breaths there. Allowing your legs to just gently fold in. And just gently lowering yourself back down into a resting place, into Shavasana. Again, if you've got a lovely fan that's blowing on you, that would be lovely too. Maybe just placing one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Remember just having your hands, both hands on your belly. So whatever feels good for you. Again, just come back to your breath. Just feeling your breath as it moves gently in and out of your body. And visualize a golden flame, not a roaring fire, but a steady lamp, a sacred lantern. This light cannot be extinguished by exhaustion, comparison, or circumstance. It lives within you. It is your essence. It is your Ojas, and it is your sovereignty. Gently whisper to yourself, I tend my inner light with devotion. I honor my need for rest. I choose a life that nourishes me. I glow gently. I glow steadily. I glow from within. May your fire be warm but not consuming. May your light illuminate but never exhaust you. May your radiance rise from rest, self-love. May your Ojas shine like a golden lantern, guiding you gently home to yourself.
Give up control again. It's okay not to know again. Feeling in the dark, crawling till I walk. Each time that I fall, divine remembering. Holding on too tight, trying till I might. Tired from the fight, divine surrendering. Divine surrendering. Divine surrendering. Divine surrendering. Divine surrendering. Safe to surrender now. Safe to remember how. Safe to surrender now. Safe to remember how. I release what is not meant for me. I believe what's meant for me will be for me. Feeling in the dark, crawling till I walk. Each time that I fall, divine remembering. on too tight, trying till I might tire from the fight. Divine surrendering, divine surrendering, divine surrendering, divine surrendering, divine surrendering. Take me back home again. I'm walking alone again.
Then to bring awareness to your breath. Just taking 3 slow, deep breaths. And just bring in a little bit of movement back in a way that feels good, or stay exactly where you are if that feels good. If you are happy and settled, then just stay in there. And I'm going to close this session with a beautiful reading. So just as you're moving out or staying in or wherever you are. This is called Your Light by Donna Ashworth. Your light does not come from your success. Your light is not ignited by perfection or achievement or body shape. Your light is not fueled by popularity or acceptance. Neither is your light at any risk of being put out when other lights around you are bright. Your light is simply made of the you-ness that makes you, you. The worries that you have in the night, the music which sparks your joy, the books you had to read twice, the memories stored safely in your heart, the people you love and the people who love you. Your light is never dependent on how you look or perform. It's just there, and it's quite simply brilliant, and it's all yours, and it lights up every room you walk into, whether you activate it or not. What a wonderful thing. Shine bright, little fighter. This dark world needs your glow. So as you gently bring yourselves back into the space, or stay where you are, I'm going to bid you all a very good night, and I will look forward to seeing you all on Wednesday next week for a little bit of juicy rasa. Our circle is now closed. Night night everyone. Lots of love. See you soon.